Hello, hello, how are you? This is Jilly Bling, and you don't see a sample card here, right? So before I show you a sample, actually I don't have a sample. I have lots of similar samples. So do you have in your stash of designer paper, and if you're a stamper, you probably have as much as I do, of papers that you just love. They're so beautiful. You hang on to them because you know the right time is coming. And then the right time probably comes and you're like, oh, I can't use that. So, this right here is my stash. Beautiful paper. It's retired. I love how happy and bright this is. I love how those go together. I love that. Oh, this is elegant. Where is it? I like all of these, but particularly this one. And isn't that fun and vibrant? Then the trees and the polar bears. And then of course you add on all the new current ones. Okay, so do you just keep collecting it like this for a long time? Or do you finally say, I'm gonna do something with it? Ooh, oh, it fell into the dog bed. So with that, I'm going to do one today using current product because of course I have favorites there, but all of them have a similar layout where they have a designer paper, 2x4, a layer, white with texture, and a coordinating color card base. They all have a little label on them. Most of them don't have an image on them, and most of them are a little bit simple on the inside. and as I go along, of course, I get trickier and trickier, and this is the one I did last night, where why did I decide to stamp like there's a party happening? It's because it was my last one, and I just couldn't help it. So there's that one, and it's using a lot of retired product, and it was so fun to use it. Retired embellishments, pulling those out. Oh, this one could go with that. So much fun. So there's that one. On the back is the bare paper. So this was the first one I did. And I was trying to keep it really simple where I can imagine myself doing this as a Christmas card. Because this is really easy. Really easy. But it's still pretty. It's still attractive. I mean, it's still handmade. I still think it's better than anything you would buy at the store that's really flat. I love it. And it has my favorite papers on it. Okay, this one might be my favorite. Isn't that just beautiful? But I've always liked vanilla with navy and gold. Very simple. So this one I would do for, I should see how many sheets I have left of this. I did one using the navy paper in that same pack. Isn't that pretty? I think I put it on there crooked, but don't tell anyone. Using some sparkly gems that I've held on to way too long. If you know how old this seam binding vanilla ribbon is, if you have any in your stash or if you had some, you're really stretching back to the day, but look how beautiful that is together. Oh, I really like stamping this big word Christmas in embossing powder. It's so indulgent, but every time I stamp the word Merry, I would get it crooked. I threw away I don't know how many sheets, and then I decided, okay, that's it. It's going to get a Merry over the top. This one is nice too. Very easy, very simple. Oh, that's doing the same stamp. Okay, and this one, this stamp set was a little controversial. Some of the girls are like, no, that's just wrong. And as a matter of fact, at first when I got it, I said the same thing because I don't want to see Santa like that. But may visions of Santa dance in your head. They kept dancing in my head, and I ended up getting it, and now it's in the pile of, you will never get rid of this stamp set. And look at that moose. 'Tis the season to be fancy. That's a fancy moose. But there's more. Look how classic and elegant this is. Using an old embossing folder, but you can use any embossing folder you have. Some of our new ribbon, Very simple, very classic, very beautiful. Okay, now this is my favorite one. And I used some old dies, just anything that would fit the words. I really like that one. Okay, and finally, this one is using a current set. What's it called? Naughty and Nice? Naughty and Nice. So this right here, Naughty and Nice, you check off the box. I stamp that on the designer paper, and then I put a little hat up here, simple little bow, and then his feet down there. And there's music in the background, like he's singing. This was the almost last one I did, where I was starting to stamp stuff until I realized I have to color it, but I like how that turned out. Phew. Okay, so you see where I'm going with all this. You take your favorite paper, some nice words, a bow, few embellishments, embossing folder, you're done. So all of this came about because my friend Lisa said, okay, I'm going to have some girls over, and they're not real experienced in stamping. And we've done this a few times before. And also the experienced stampers like to have something that's easy. But of course that looks good, like this one. It looks nice, and you could get through quite a few of them. So I thought this is a perfect opportunity, and it just would be good for them to see all the different folders, all the different designer paper, but they all have a lot the same, a lot similar. Uh-oh, here comes Roomba. Why'd she do that? She's already been out once today, so I don't know why she needs to come out now. Let's see if it connects soon. She's noisy. So today I want to use Peaceful Season again, and the paper I chose, which is current. There you go. Being all noisy like that. So this is from the stamp set Peaceful Season. I want to use Wishing You and Yours, and then on the inside, A Season of Wonder and Happiness. And I want to emboss them. Because embossing, the first time I did heat embossing, it was like, this is my hobby forever. And I embossed everything. But the paper is right here. And in the catalog, on page 101, they picture a little bit of it right here. The pattern we're going to use today is this one. But here's the package of paper. It's beautiful paper. But see how this designer paper, how there's this bit of greenery? I think that's somewhat similar to this, maybe that. It's a little bit of a stretch, but done in the right colors, I think that'd be really pretty for inside art. I don't have a plan. I haven't got farther than that, but we'll try. See, looking at this right here, isn't that just pretty? Blues and greens. So, let's start by doing the words, and then we'll come back to all this. Oh, I didn't do that in advance. Well, did I show you all the dies? I'm going to show you these. Keep in mind that most of them are retired. So this one is current. Peaceful Season dies. Something Fancy is current. Stitch So Sweetly has a sticky on it, means it's not current, but I love it. Happy Little Things is for that little word, not this one. There's a little word die. It comes with 2 dies, and they're perfect for small words, single line words. Tasteful Labels, I just love it. Has a sticky, which means it's retired, but I just love the variety of sizes and shapes. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of this one. Stylish Shapes, which is current. Layering Squares is not current, but it has all the shapes. Whew. Okay, so we are doing words in embossing powder. So that goes there, this is going to go on here, this goes here. So guess what happened yesterday? Some of you know where I'm going with this. Yesterday at 8 p.m., I got a call from my son. Does my son ever call me? Never. He said, Mom. I said, yeah. Or first I answered the phone. I'm kind of embarrassed of this. I answered the phone saying, hey. Because he never calls. So I know something's up or he wants something. And he says, can you come and get Bruiser? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm reading into it because 2 days before, Michaela is pregnant. 2 days before, they had their, I think they're at weekly now, appointment. And she was measuring at 42 weeks pregnant, even though she's 39 weeks pregnant, or 38. And so I went out there and got Bruiser. And I had never drove it by myself. I'm always with someone, or it's during the daylight. So I had to ask, how do I get there? So he sent me a pin, and I got there. I got Bruiser, and he's here with us. So got home about maybe 9:45, and they weren't there. They were on the way. Come to find out, I guess her water broke, which means in a short time, no more than 24 hours, little one is going to be here. Little one is here. Little one came at 4:30 something in the morning, and everyone is doing well. So today, planned on going out doing errands, but I don't, so when Bruiser is at home, he is in the house when his parents go to work. When Bo is at home, he goes outside and he gets put in a coat. So how do you tell Bo, that dog is staying in, this dog is going out? Anyhow, so I'm staying home today because they'll probably be here as soon as they can to pick up their beloved pup, because he did a sleepover last night. So little one's name is Warren Charles Nolan, and he's here. I don't know if I could show pictures or not, so I'm not going to. Yeah, until I'm told I'm okay to do that. I should do the inside. It's all kinds of things I should do. I should do the texturing. I don't know which direction this card is going at. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out and cut this out. So last night, Tony was on a bus run, and he got in really late, like 11:30. But in the meantime, Bruiser was kind of everywhere. It's really hard to fall asleep when you have a dog jumping up on the bed, thinking he needs to go under the covers. He does that with Tony, but I don't like that. So, what kind of layout? I'm thinking that. This one, this is, I think that the words covering up this, because the words are narrow, that's good, but I wouldn't want to cover up too much of the designer paper. That one's out. That one's just crazy. What about this one? Layout. Well, that's not bad, huh? Okay, maybe this layout. These are the same words. So no, not that one. This one, because it's small, I think it's not going to work for what's going on here. That one looks good. So that would be here, 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 here. Warren Charles Nolan. What's his nickname going to be? I can't imagine everyone calling him, hey, Warren. that looks good too. Let's go with that one. Okay, so the embossing folder needs to have the pattern going up and down. So this is embossing folder. I didn't do this. I don't like having you to wait. Usually I have it done in advance. Use gray plate. Okay. Anyhow, Bruiser was everywhere. Didn't get good sleep. Probably got better sleep than the parents did though. Oh, and I use iridescent rhinestones. Okay, so let's see how this is going to go together. So the designer, or the textured paper, is just going to go on with liquid glue. Okay, that looks good. You know, with these wood grain panders, I'm never sure if these little bits should be popping up or if they should be indented. And this can stick down. And the words, I'm not sure if I should put them on with dimensionals or leave them flat. I think it may be dimensionals because it's not like I'm going to be sticking on a pepperminty drink. Okay, so it's going to go like that. That's nice. It's kind of simple. Oh, and if you have any order waiting, you want to put it in, if you could use this host code, I'll put it in the video description. I would sincerely appreciate it. Keeps me bringing you more free videos. Okay, so that goes right here in the middle. And this is going to be put right here in the corner. Let me see how I can put it. I don't want to disrupt the words too much. It's going to disrupt them some. I'm going to take the glued out, fold it in half. Just because this linen thread, oh, I didn't show you what this is. There's a new pack of linen thread, and it's colored, and I love it. I think it's called Natural Colors, or Natural Tones, or just Natural. Well, it's not natural. The brown, the crumb cake one is natural. But I love it because of it's the same feeling as linen thread. Natural tone linen thread, and it comes in navy, garden green, and I think it's pecan pie. They're neutrals. Does it say neutral? Natural tones, but it's neutral colors. Okay, so this is going to go here. This can be attached. Is that really all that's to it? I always want to put more stuff on. We'll stamp a little bit on the inside. Maybe that will do the trick. Now this side or that way? I think I want to see more of this. Oh, you know what I was thinking? This thing here, this is going to go on here. If this can just be, see, I'm trying to add more to it. Just leave it alone. I'm trying to just leave it. Maybe once the bling is on. colors are really pretty, very soothing. Okay, so on my little bow, I'm going to put a touch of glue so it soaks into the fibers and touches the paper. I keep checking on my phone. Where are they? Might the kids be coming? Might they be on their way? Are they going to come? Or are they going to say, no, we're home. You could bring us our baby. I don't know. They're bruiser. Okay, so now just bling. I think I want these to dry. See how it's right in the way of the letter? So if they dry, and I know I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot, because how am I going to do the inside? Well, just like that. And I had words picked out for the inside. Those are going to be embossed. When you emboss, particularly the inside or any papers, the heat from the heat tool, which you need to set the embossing powder, it kind of warps the paper. I'm still going to do it. These will go on after I get that thing off. So these words can go here. And then I'll do a few of these. These, because of the rounded edge, I'm going to do them in garden green. I'll just start with that. This could scooch over. I probably should do the words first. I'll do the words just so that the paper can have a minute to calm down a bit. Don't be all wavy and curvy. Bossing Buddy, gold powder, Versamark. Right there. I have so many stamps up there. I was trying to reach over them to plug in this light here. It was like, I'm going to get full of ink because I didn't clean any of them. I was like a mad scientist last night. Oh, do this, and oh my gosh, look at this paper. Oh, gotta do something. Oh, look at these words. I mean, it's crazy. Just crazy. What's that poster say about the crafter, the cat? Because that's what I do. Usually don't go that crazy on stuff. I guess every once in a while. I think I did that crooked. Not too bad. Okay, so that's all the embossing powder. So my paper is a little wavy, but we have a stamp on it. So, what did I say? Garden green for this one, and blueberry for another. Ooh, what about Lost Lagoon in there too? Look how pretty these are. Garden green is there, blueberry. Lagoon, I could kind of put that in there. I need like a fir branch, but then the stalks are kind of pebbled path. 4 colors, 2 stamps. I'll go with what I know first. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. That's kind of nice. It's really nice. especially if I don't smudge it. That's so pretty. I love these distinctive stamps. Okay, so have that color represented on both sides. Let's do this next one with blueberry. I could take sponge daubers, but I'm trying to keep it easy. See, I'm trying not to do all the coloring on it. See what it's going to look like. Oh! Ooh, that's dark. That's really dark. Wow. I don't think I want to do it over again, but see, that's better. Magic paper. Magic paper. That was really dark. I probably could have just winged it, but I'm not going to do that. And this time I'm going to do it straight. Versamark, and that stamp in the ocean of stamps. Maybe if I do it a little lower. Sometimes if you do it up high, it's obvious if you have just a little tilt. But if you do it a little lower, it's a little bit more user-friendly. Maybe I'll make the paper twist backwards now. Yeah. That one's just as crooked as the other one. Well, and it's polymer. I have nothing to blame it on. Sure looks good. Sure is pretty. Okay, garden green. I know that was a yes. Full strength, right? Full strength. Garden green. Right here. Oh, so pretty. Once again, isn't it funny how every time you stamp, you're like, oh my gosh. I stamp it in a different color. Oh my gosh. Okay, now blueberry bushel, you're gonna be stamped off. Blueberry bushel, stamp off. Little right here. Oh, that's better. Stamp off. A little bit here. I think on the designer paper it's just the berries that are in blueberry bushel, but that's okay. No berries on that one. Okay, I'm going to try to introduce Pebbled Path and Lost Lagoon. I have only 2 stamps, so I'm kind of thinking I'm getting crazy again. I don't have to put this much on it. I'm trying to make it better. Doing it right over my paper too. It's a little bold. Just a big block. all dried. There, that's better. Okay, dry. Okay, so the big one maybe in Lost Lagoon and the little one in Pebbled. But I'm going to try them out first. I'll start with the little one. That one was washed, hopefully a little drier. Pebbled Path. Oh, that's really faint, which might be good. I think it's going to be good. Just a little, like in the shadows. That could go full strength. Oh, that looks good. That's good because it matches the designer paper. Okay. Done with Pebbled Path. That needs re-inking though. Should put it right there. And then Lagoon, Lost Lagoon. But let's try it first. Probably like, how many more stamps do you need in there? You don't need any more. This one I think I just re-inked it. Let's see how it stamps. Dark. But there, okay, so it's going to have stamp off maybe just a little bit showing. Stamp off right here. And there. That's it. Okay. I think we're done other than the bling. Whew, that's like a trip around the world. And get this stuck on here. Yeah, that is too dark. And I'm going to put a little extra adhesive over those words just so it doesn't make the paper curl up. Or it stops it from doing what it's already doing. I think that block held it down just fine. So that's pretty. It's a little wild. Here, let me take it away from, turn this around. So if you just have like just a white background, it's like, oh, that's pretty. But it does somewhat match this paper. That's drying fine. Still a little glue puddle. There, now it's right where I want it to be. Okay, and then bling. Iridescent rhinestones, which are on the clearance rack. We all love a good sale. So I'm going to put on 3. Put on maybe 2 medium and a small. And they could just be here in the designer paper to make the designer paper seem like it's even more decorated. Okay, that's it for today's project. There it is. How often have you seen me do an easy card? But you could do a lot of these. Okay, that's a little crazy. I went a little overboard. Maybe even just with the green and 1 blueberry. It's still pretty. Okay, thanks for watching and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.